What is behind the success of top performing real estate agents and mortgage lenders? What tactics, strategies, and lessons learned have they used to break through and achieve elite status? Top performing real estate and mortgage specialists from across the country answer these questions and so much more right here on Real Talk with Homes for Heroes. So grab your pen and paper because we are about to get real. Now here is your host of Real Talk with Homes for Heroes, Homes for Heroes National Director, Abby Waltz.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Homes for Heroes. I am super excited about today's show. We have the wildly successful and insanely talented Dave Larson with us, straight out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Welcome, Dave. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, Abby. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks so much for your time today. Dave is one of our top real estate specialists and actually is a team leader that has been on this huge expansion quest over these last couple of years with us, really growing your team. And you, I have to say it before we even start the show, you just got inducted into our 100 Heroes Served Club. So congratulations, buddy.
Thank you very much. That was pretty exciting for me and the team.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just an outstanding milestone and achievement to hit. And very quickly, since you've only been with us for about 2.5 years, I know last year you served nearly 70 heroes, at least with Homes for Heroes. I know you did
Correct.
so many more transactions beyond that. So you've had some great success with us very quickly.
Yeah, it's been a wild and fun ride for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you being a part of our Homes for Heroes family. For those that don't know you, would you mind just giving a little bit of background on yourself and kind of explaining what your business looks like today?
Absolutely. A little background on myself. I've been kind of full time in the military for the last 15 years. I'm still in the Army National Guard. I'm a major. I am an administrative officer at this point. And as I transitioned out of that, doing the full-time stuff, I was doing recruiting for the University of South Dakota for their ROTC program. And I owned a couple rental properties at the time, and I decided I want to get into real estate. My first 3 years, I was under a different team. And eventually I decided to go out on my own because I was having decent success. And since then, I've kind of built it around that. And the Homes for Heroes program is what has been fantastic for us, for the fact that most of my team, about 70% of my team are veterans. So right now, when I say veterans or veteran spouses, we have 3 Army guys, an Air Force gal, and then let's see here, 2 military spouses on the team. So we have a lot of fun camaraderie here, and we just love the Homes for Heroes program because we like to serve our veterans, and not just veterans, all heroes, and especially in our current situation in the nation and everything, there's a lot of heroes that deserve a lot of respect right now, not just military. I mean, obviously, look at police officers, firefighters, the whole gamut of what Homes for Heroes stands for.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for your service, and thank you to all of your team members for their service too. I know a lot of people that aren't familiar with military communities don't actually see just how much the families serve alongside our active duty members as well. It's a family effort for sure.
Absolutely. That's why I always like to include the military spouses, because they're managing the whole household when you're deployed or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Talk to me a little bit about your experience growing a team over the years, because I know that's something that a lot of us in the real estate industry strive to do. What are some things that you've kind of learned along the way and that's helped you grow?
We like to have a lot of fun on our team, and I look for like-minded people. And the military thing wasn't really started as that was my intention, to get agents into that position, but that's kind of where I gravitated to, just given my background. Growing a team, though, has been interesting. You have hiccups along the way, like anything. We've had a few agents come on and leave and all that fun stuff. But we've got our core group here, and we all just get along great. And I know a lot of, excuse me, I know a lot of teams, they have buying agents, they have selling agents. That's not really the mentality of my team. We more like to work together. So we don't have any specific buying agents, selling agents. We can do it all. But if I'm gone for military leave, then somebody on the team knows they have to step up and help me out, and vice versa. So that's kind of, we base our team on teamwork, hence the name.
Yeah, no, I love that. Cross training is so incredibly valuable and important, especially like you said, for from a flexibility perspective when you do need to go and take off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. Um, how about tips for attracting people? Because I think one of the biggest challenges transitioning to be a team leader, right? You're sometimes you can really get head down and focused on your business and focused on the transactions and your clients, and taking that next step to being a leader of a team and supplying business for other people, and also feeling that responsibility and weight of helping people
One
earn
of
a
the,
living too.
one of the big things our team has been working on, I've just hired on a couple new assistants to manage some of that transactional paperwork and things like that, because we want to get out and get in front of people. I tell my whole team we're not in sales, we're in customer service. And the more we can provide to people looking to buy or sell a home, that's what we want to do. So having somebody handle that back behind the scenes stuff gets us out there and working with people and helping them more. So that's kind of how we're managing our team, and it's been successful so far.
Very good. Any other systems or strategies that you've gotten in place that helps you run like a well-oiled machine that you just couldn't do without?
Well, as cheesy as it sounds, we have SOPs for the team, which in the military standard operating procedures, and we kind of have a chain of command, and we got to run things through the chain. And so I, it's not a micromanaging or anything. It's just it's the military in me, and that's kind of how I manage the team.
Hey, if it works, might as well take it and apply it to your
Absolutely,
business.
absolutely.
And it sounds like your team members are pretty much used to that too, with 70% being vets as
Yes.
well or related. Very cool. How about systems that you've got kind of in place right now? I know you started adding some administrative people to do back end stuff. Do you have any go-to like CRMs that you're really liking to use or anything?
I would say probably 60% of us use Top Producer. It's an older CRM system, but that's kind of what I grew up with when I started real estate, and it works very well for me. And I've got the rest of the team working with that too. It's such an easy way to manage all of your people. You can put your appointments in, everything. Just when you get so many clients at one time, it's hard to remember, okay, who's doing this, who's doing that. Well, that's your one-stop shop to figure that out. Hence any CRM, but that's the one we prefer to use here.
Okay. Very
Mhm.
cool. They have a great platform for sure. For sure. Let's talk about your market, right? Because not only have we all experienced COVID for more than a year now, but we've got a very, very tight market that not all real estate professionals have seen in their career span. What's your market looking like right now there?
It's tough right now. It's like a lot of the rest of the nation. There's not a lot of inventory. I mean, the last year has been crazy, which that that's what's making it like this. Um, it's really tough to work with buyers right now. A lot of them are getting frustrated, unfortunately, because you go to see one home, well, there's a line of 10 realtors out, and you're dealing with 10 other offers. But where there's a will, there's a way, is what I say, and we'll get you into a home. But it's tough. We need to see more inventory, which is coming. They keep saying at least around the Sioux Empire. So we will see what happens.
What are you doing from a kind of an overcoming challenges thing to combat this market and how tight it is?
I tell the team, you got a list to last. That's what my mentor always told me. You got a list to last. So listings obviously help because they're very easy to sell right now and usually pick up more clients through it. So that's been kind of our focus, but we're here to help buyers and everything else too. It's
Yeah.
tough right now, and everybody's dealing with it at HEG, the real estate company that me and the team work with. We have these discussions once a week about ways around it, and we're figuring out the challenges just like everybody else around the nation is.
Yeah, definitely. How about for those that are new agents right now, since you've got so much experience, not just from being an agent yourself, but now being a team leader, what a piece of advice would you give new agents in the market currently?
You know, I just look at it as my philosophy on life. The harder you work, you'll get things done if you're willing to work hard. I always say with all the realtors in town, because there's a lot, 10% of them do 90% of the work because they're working hard. Just push and drive, and don't be afraid of that phone, and you'll be successful.
Yeah. There's no shiny silver bullet or
There,
magic secret sauce to success for
there
sure.
is not.
No. So you mentioned earlier about your team comprised of a lot of veterans or people in the military world that must play nicely with Homes for Heroes. Let's talk a little bit about your affiliation with us and what you're doing to help you be able to serve 70 heroes in 1 year. Give me your secrets behind your success with us.
So I think a big portion, with some of us still serving in the National Guard or the reserves around here, that's kind of a nice in to talk with those heroes. And Sioux Falls is a big veteran community. People don't realize that. We try to volunteer at the VA. You know, we just want to get the word out as much as possible for the fact that, a lot of people still, and no offense to the program, but don't realize that it is available. So we like to push it around every corner. We do random hero events just during the week. We're actually just starting to look at it'll probably be next summer, but we want to do a huge event with music and everything and just invite heroes for food and, camaraderie and conversation and listen to music for the day and bounce house for kids just to get all those people together. So that's one of our big philanthropy events we're going to be working on next summer.
I love that.
Hmm.
Do I get an invite? I'm going to put you on the spot.
If you can make it from Michigan, absolutely.
Count me in for sure. It's a beautiful area, so I would love to come back to it.
Yes.
So events are one. What else are you doing to kind of get the word out? Because it is a well thought out campaign. I know that you run for getting Homes for Heroes
Hmm.
integrated into your business and into your community.
In our areas that we represent, especially for the team, I divvy out to, okay, you are going to be at this fire department. That's your main people. I want you to know everybody in there, whether it's dropping off snacks, goodies, whatever. But everybody should know your name when you walk in there. It's just like me in my hometown in the Legion. There, everybody knows me. I bring them stuff all the time, and we've got it divvied out to a lot of different areas, which helps us get it out there.
Mm, love that. And I love that you're getting laser focused on one person being a specialist within one hero location. That's
Right. Absolutely.
so incredibly helpful. Any other things that you've done kind of through COVID? I know we haven't been able to do like client appreciation events, which it sounds like you're big into. But how have you worked around the curveball that was 2020?
So it's a tough question. We started a YouTube channel about 6 months ago, similar to what we're doing right now. And it's with everybody stuck at home. It's just another way for people to see what we're doing and the things we're trying to do and what's coming up. And at least in my small community that I live in, it's been very successful. We like to interview local business people. We'll have different segments where maybe we'll talk about the Heroes program or the current market tips. And we're starting to get, it doesn't grow overnight, but we're starting to get a lot of followers now. And we have a lot of fun with it too.
Good. I love that. You
Mhm.
got to name drop your YouTube channel.
The
Where can
Dave
we
and
find it?
Co Show.
What is it?
The Dave and Co Show.
The Dave and Co show. Of course it is. I should have known
Our
that.
real estate team, the Dave and Co real estate team. It's the Dave and Co Show.
Very cool. And do you attribute a lot of your success to that currently, or would that be one thing that is key?
I wouldn't say it's key, but it's getting the word out there. So, as we grow with time, hopefully, we're going to do another segment called Dining with Dave and Co here shortly, which we're going to
Ooh,
restaurants. And so it's going to be a lot of fun.
very cool. I love that community focus when you just get to be the go-to community resource, especially in the industry that we're in. I think that's smart.
Right.
Very cool. If you had to pick one thing, like if I asked you the question, how did Dave and Co and your team help 70 heroes within 1 year? What would you kind of attribute that to? I know it's a multitude of things, but what's been your biggest return on investment?
Hard work and taking care of people. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Clients calling you, we're answering our phone. It's hard work and communication.
No secret here, guys. All
Don't have
right.
that silver bullet.
Yeah, absolutely. What other things are you doing to integrate Homes for Heroes? I know you're not just using word of mouth. Do you have any other advertising tricks up your sleeve that you're doing?
Just like anything online, we're all over the place. We like to do giveaways with Homes for Heroes. One of my team members has a billboard. She also has her vehicle wrapped in the Homes for Heroes material. I'm not a good enough driver to wrap my vehicle, so I don't really like that. Uh, we sponsor a couple different places in Sioux Falls that we have our banners hung up, and just the more we can do, the better.
Yeah, I love that. Car wraps are one of my favorites because they're not stagnant like billboards can
Mhm.
be. And you get to notice it everywhere because it's always moving around.
Absolutely.
Plus, they're fun to do games with, right? Where'd you spot the Homes for Heroes
Right,
mobile today?
right.
Oh, great engagement. All right, from going back to that team leader hat that you wear so well, any strategies, any habits that you've got going? I know leading a team of 13 is time consuming in and of itself. You also have a family life, you're also in the reserves. How are you balancing all of this?
That's a good question. And some of my team might say I don't balance it all that well sometimes, because I get busy with my clients and my family and kids and every sport and organization there is. It gets busy. I try each week to at least make contact with my team. They're always welcome to ride along with me, and that's what I suggest the most, especially if they're new to the team, just learning the ropes, might have one or two clients to get started. I encourage them to ride with me because I feel like hands on, they're going to learn more. And then when we're in the vehicle, that's the chance to ask me questions. And then with the team as they start, though, their first 4, 5, 10 transactions, I'm always there with them to whether it's a listing appointment, meeting new buyers, showing few homes or inspections, things like that. The first few, I try to go with them. And then I do have the top three, John Mallinger, Jamie Werning, and Jason Zomer on my team. They've been with me the longest, and they're kind of taking on some of that role too with assisting with the newer agents on the team. Back to that chain of command that we were talking about with the Army.
Yeah, no, that's smart. Mentorship is huge, especially in this business. So to get firsthand look at what a successful agent does is enlightening to say the least.
Right.
So that's fantastic. Any other things that you kind of would impart into a new agent that you've brought on your team as well, besides hard work and all
Uh,
that?
don't let the hard times get you down, because you're going to have a lot of highs and lows in this business, and that's for sure. You might think you have 3 homes under contract today, and tomorrow they could all fall through. And you just can't let that stuff beat you down. It'll come around with that hard work and like we talked about. So,
Yeah, definitely. I've been like super on this weird daily habit kick lately. So I've got to know, do you have any daily habits that it's like a ritual, you've got to do it to either start your day or when you first get into the office, anything like that?
so Heg Realtors had us go through what you didn't have to. It was by choice. It was called Ninja Training.
Mm-hmm.
Don't heard of that, but it was fantastic, and kind of went into it with a sour face and walked out of there, and I'm hooked on it. It's, you've got your positive readings every morning, your affirmations. Try to get to the gym every day, but it doesn't always happen. But just instituting a lot of that into my daily routine makes a huge difference. Making so many phone calls a day, whether it's to my mom to say hello or whether it's to an old friend, just making sure you reach out to somebody new every day. And yeah, that's kind of some of the things we use in the Ninja program, but I'm a big fan of it, to be quite honest with you.
That's great. I am a huge affirmation and positive reading person in the
Mhm.
morning to get your mindset. And it sounds like, are you time blocking for your call blocks and whatnot?
Kinda. I try to set aside my time in the morning and schedule appointments in the afternoon. It doesn't always work that way in our industry, but morning is when I try to make my phone calls.
Love it.
So I time block.
Efficiency.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite words. It does help you be more productive and get more done,
Right?
right? So it also helps you do more transactions in less amount of time. Believe it or not, you can do more with less.
Yep.
Very cool. Any other things that you've kind of integrated that have helped you? Before we hopped on the show, you were telling me that you were growing to 3 locations now?
So HEG's main office that we work for, they're out of Sioux Falls. My team has a couple offices in there. HEG's a fantastic local firm to work with in the Sioux Empire. I wouldn't call it a suburb quite yet, but it's a smaller town right outside of Sioux Falls. It's about 10 minutes outside of town. I'm born and raised from here. Never in a million years did I think I'd end up back in my hometown, but yet I'm on the same street that I grew up on.
Wow.
But with the way we're growing right now, we needed an office in town. So then I chose to open a team office here in town. And then, back to the veterans, Mitchell, South Dakota is about an hour to the west of us, and they have a huge veteran population, a lot of people that could be served there. So we're on the verge of opening another location there.
Wow. That's
So it's pretty
amazing.
exciting for us right now.
Yeah. Through COVID and everything, like what? Who would have thought?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting year,
Oh,
as
that's
we all know.
Yeah, for sure. I love that you're so veteran focused, not just on your team members, but also in the heroes that you serve. Because, like you said, a lot of people don't know that the majority of our veteran population actually falls within the Midwest. That's where they like to
Mhm.
go back and retire. And
Right.
there's
And I
many.
hate to keep saying veterans all the time. My wife's been an educator for the last 20 years, so we love working with teachers, anybody that falls in the hero category. We've served all of them. So absolutely.
Yeah, that is fantastic. All right. Any other, before I get into some of my few rapid fire questions, don't feel
Okay.
like you're in the hot seat. You'll
All right.
survive them, I promise. Any other things that you wanted to share before I jump into those?
I know the Midwest is an awesome place to live. Come see us out here. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to connect you with my girlfriend who lives in that area for part of the year. Her son goes to college there and plays baseball. So
What
remind
college?
me about that after the show.
Do you know what college?
It's blue and white
That's
colors.
South Dakota State University.
Yes.
We have kind of a rivalry here. There's 2 big universities in South Dakota. We have the University of South Dakota, which are the Coyotes, and we have the South Dakota State University, which are the Jackrabbits. Now, part of my team went to state. I went to the U, so I'm a Coyote. So we have a lot of inter-office fighting in here. That's the nice way to put it.
I love it. Yes. Yeah, her name's Annette Anthony. She works with Exit with their technology engagement and whatnot. But
Okay.
she used to work for Zillow, and
Okay.
she's awesome in this real estate industry. She's just an amazing human being too. So I'll shoot you her contact information after this.
Perfect.
And who knows which way we're gonna fall, because I'm not quite sure that's actually the college that he goes to. So
We'll figure it out.
yeah, a few extra people in the stands for him. That's great. All right, so 3 questions. I am a huge person, it sounds like you are too, into learning and just being a sponge and soaking up as much information as you can. Are you a big book reader, or do you like digest podcasts or anything like that?
A little bit of all the above. I just finished The Go-Giver, which I'm a fan of. So you're asking me what books I've read lately?
What's one of your favorite go-to books that you would probably recommend for somebody to read? I do love The Go-Giver. That's a great one.
Well, when you're talking about learning books, The Go-Giver is probably one of the top ones. I'm a big fan of that. I do read for fun occasionally too. I'm a big Ken Follett fan. He wrote like The Pillars of the Earth.
Yep.
So that's if you want a fun book. But yeah, The Go-Giver is probably one of my top ones. And then Ninja, back to that. They have a ninja book that's fantastic too. I think I've read that 3 times now. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did you go to the live training that they do for ninja training?
yes, they came to Sioux Falls to do live training. So it was fantastic.
Very cool. Such a great program for sure.
Mhm.
Okay, if you could come back in time with me for a little bit, back when you first got into the real estate industry, what piece of advice would you give the then known as David back then?
I was kind of shy coming into the real estate world, and I'd probably tell myself, open yourself up more. It's not hard to do once you learn how to do it.